Hello, welcome back. In this lesson, we are going to go straight into learning about data types. From the last lesson on variables, we learned that variables store values and every value has a data type. And we looked at 3 basic data types. So I'm going to zoom in so you can see every code I'm typing here. So I think this is enough. We looked at string, which are just text. And we looked at integers, which are numbers, negative or positive. And we looked at floats, which are decimal numbers like 3.5, right? Today, in this lesson, we are going to take it a step further and explore more data types in Python. I'm going to put down some comments to list out what we are going to talk about in this lesson. We are going to look at list. We are going to look at tuples. We are going to look at dictionaries. We are going to look at Boolean, which is true or false, which I might have mentioned during the course of this series. And then we are going to look at none. Let's start to talk about list first. So what's a list? A list, I'm going to define it as a collection of mutable, a collection of items. Let's say a collection of items that are mutable. All right, so let's see what this means. Let's create a list. So I'm going to use the snake case naming convention we learned in the last lesson and create a list. Now, when we want to create a list, we will create a list is by using double square brackets, and we put in items separated by comma inside the list. So we can have apple here, we can have 1, we can have 3.5, we can have apple again. So the way a list works is that we can have duplicate values, because a list, the items inside the list are accessed by the position of the items. So an item being the same does not really matter when working with lists in Python, right? And the order of a list can be changed. Let's see what we can do with a list. And we can also change the items in a list. Now, let's say we want to access apple. We want apple. You can simply say print my list and access the position of apple. You can say 1. And if I run this, get print my list 1, was supposed to get so something I forgot. We are getting the right value. We are getting 1. Now, if we want apple, we have to say 0. The reason is because, let me delete this and run this again. The reason is because when we count in list, we count from 0. So apple here is 0, 1 is 1, 2 is 3.5, and 3 is apple. So we start counting from 0. So if I want to get the apple at the end, what do? I can simply say print my list, and we can do 3. If I run that, let me clear first and run it. Get apple. If I do number 2, let me clear the terminal and run again. Get apple and 3.5, right? What if we want to change an item in a list? Let's say we want to change the apple at the end to banana, right? Before I do that, I also want to print out the whole list. So let's print it out at the end. Let's do that here. Print my list. And then let's comment this 2 line out. Then let's go ahead and say my list. The position I refer to as index. So the index of apple at the end here is number 3. So you can say my list 3 equals to banana. If I run this, let me clear the terminal first and run. We get apple 1, 3.5 and banana at the end, right? So one thing I also want to show you before we move to tuple is that we can look through a list. There are a lot I will not be covering about these data types because we are going to the approach we are going to follow is that during the course of building, we are going to come across certain methods on all these data types that we need to get our program done. I prefer that approach than the traditional approach of talking about each of these data types specifically. So let's get into building immediately in the next video where we start building a calculator, right? So now let's look through this list. I'm going to clear the console and let's write a for loop. So we're going to say for item in my list. If you remember how to write a for loop, we are going to say print item. If I run this, we get apple 1, 3.5 banana, and we are printing the list at the end. Notice that this is not inside the for loop. If I want to put it inside, we have to indent it, right? Just like we learned, but I don't want it inside. So alright, so now let's look at tuple. So a tuple is also a collection of items, that are immutable. What does immutable mean? Simply means that we cannot change the value and we cannot change the order. If we cannot change the value, it also means that we cannot change the order. For a list, we can change the order. For example, we can bring 1 to be in the position of 3.5 and we can bring 3.5 to be in the position of 1. Let's create a tuple. I'm going to comment out everything I'm doing with the list. So let's comment it out and let's create a tuple. I'm going to say my tuple, and when creating a tuple we use parentheses, which is what you know as, you might also call it brackets, but the real name is parentheses. So we can have mango, we can have different data types just like a list. It's like a list, just that it's immutable. You cannot change the value, you cannot change the order once you create it. So let's say 4, 8.5, and let's do a cow. I don't know. So all we just did to a list, like assessing the value and looking through it, we can do to a tuple. But if we try to change the value of an item in tuple, let's say we want to change mango, let's say my tuple, and let's say 0, let's change mango to banana, we're going to get an error. Just so you know, banana, I'm going to delete what's on the terminal. So if I run this, we're going to get an error and it says type error, object does not support item assignment. So it's immutable, we cannot change an item. Because we cannot change an item in the list, we can also not change the order. I said list instead of tuple, but you get it. It's a list but an immutable one. Alright, so let's just loop through it. But if we want to print this out, let's just do it so you know it works. If we want to print this out, you can just write a print statement. Let's remove this error. If I run it, we get mango. Just like we loop through a list, we can loop through it. So I'm going to copy it and paste, and then we are going to just change my list to my tuple, and then let's run it, and you see it works. All right, so before I move to dictionaries, I want to show you an important function that comes handy with, it's related to list. Let's say we want to create a list of numbers. We can do something like this. Let's say numbers and set it to range 10. If I print numbers on the terminal, let's see what we'll get. We are going to get a range of numbers from 0 to 10. So see what I'm going to do. I'm going to loop through this. Copy that loop, comment it out, and let's change tuple to numbers. If I run this, see what we get. We get from 0 to 9. It's not going to give us 10, remember, because we're counting from 0, right? Alright, so I just wanted to shift that in so you know that a function like this exists that is related to list, right? And then let's talk about dictionaries. So dictionaries are key value pairs. Key value pairs. There are data types that stores data with a key referring to the value of that data. So let's just see how it works immediately. So for dictionary, let's create a dictionary. Let's say my dict. This is the abbreviation, and we use curly brackets. And like I said, it comes with a key. Let's say we want to store the information of a person. Let's say their name. So we have to do it like this. We say name, and we use the name of the person. So let's say Levi Omagbeni, my name, and we do comma, and we go to the next line, and let's say their age, and let's do 23, and let's say their what else? Their height, and let's do 5.2, right? So now let's print this dictionary, and let's see, print my dict. I'll clear the terminal and run this. So get name, Levi, age. So if we are going to access, let's say the name, we want to get the value that name, which is the key, is holding. How do we get that? There are several ways we can get that. I'm going to show you 2 different ways. We are going to say my dict. Let's print it. My dict. And just like we access an item for the list using the index, but this time we have to use the key. So we're going to say name. If I run that, we're going to get Levi Omagbeni, as you can see here. We can also do print my dict and call a function called get and pass in the key. So let's say age. If I run that, let me clear this first and run. Get Levi Omagbeni and 23, right? All right, so that's for dictionaries. But one thing to you need to know about dictionaries is that dictionaries, they follow a particular order, and you cannot store duplicate values in a dictionary. So if I try to do age here again, so let's say age and do 23, what makes it duplicate is not the value, is the key. If that the key is the same, the keys here are the same. So if I run this, let me clear the terminal, and you see 1 is overriding the order. It's going to just replace it. We're not going to get any error, but it's going to replace it, right? Right, so that's it for dictionary. And like I said, there are more methods, but we're not going to get into it, right? This video is already becoming too long. When we start building projects, we are going to come across some of those methods, and then we are going to use the opportunity to talk about it. I want us to learn by building. Now let's look at Boolean. This is true or false. This is either true or false, right? So I think there's not much to explain there. We can say my bool equals to true, or we can say false. And when we talked about conditionals, we looked at how we can write conditions that we evaluate to either true or false, right? And then we have none. So none is a data type that we use to just fill in a variable when we don't have an actual value for that variable. Fill in a variable when an actual value is unknown. I can't spell unknown. All right, so let's say we're writing a program and we're going to store the name of a person in the program, but we don't know the name of that person yet. So let's say name. You can simply assign none to this variable here, and later, so let me comment all of this out. And later, when we know the name of the person, we are now going to say name equals to Levi. Let me clear this. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to print name before here we are changing the value to Levi, and I'm going to print it again after we have changed the value to Levi. So if I run it, get none and get Levi. So that's the essence of using none, the data type in Python. All right, so now we have covered the most important data types we need to get started. For now, I'm saying for now because there are other data types in Python, such as complex numbers, sets, and even binary types. We may explore them later, or you may check them out on your own as you grow, But in the next lesson, we are going to start building our first project, a calculator app, just like the one we built in the Scratch series. But this time, we are going to use Python code instead of blocks. I know you don't want to miss it. Now, before you go, I want you to subscribe, like this video, and share it with someone who is interested in learning coding. And I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye.